All right, everybody. So this isn't gonna be like normal Warhammer, and I'll let Arch kind of explain that since we had a bit of a computer issue.
We had a
Okay.
computer issue and a bullshit friends who don't want to show up for sessions issue.
Why is everything black?
Racist.
Why is it so tiny?
Zoom in.
Sexist? I don't know.
No, like okay, so I'm just to make sure that there's not a graphical glitch. The rest of the table is black, right? In the background.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I was terrified that we were having a computer issue again. Just everything doesn't want to work right now.
For the simplicity of the game itself, as a description for everyone, since we normally would be doing our Star Wars session tonight, but a whole bunch of people decided to be pieces of shit and either not answer, not show up, or generally suck each other's dick, we are going to be playing a bit of lore context for our Rogue Trader game.
Since everybody does enjoy giving more and more lore to the story. Now we're going to show what happens before we get on the Rogue Trader ship. And rename it Space Donald's.
By right of the original lore that we set down, Sachi was a manager at your local Space Donald's before she was issued the warrant when she was picked up by the Von Valencius crew. Also, sorry, Kim, I normally have better models than this, but it looks like they stripped out some of my damn model
They caught you.
stuff. No, I just haven't loaded this in a while. It's saved over from my old computer.
So we're not going to do Rogue Trader tonight. We may do it next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday when Arch is off, and then I will be gone for a week because I've got to get ready for the con and all that other fun stuff. So I won't be streaming as much as I normally do during the week because it's pre-con prep and making sure everybody has their flights and stuff because you think adults could set that up.
You would think.
One of them still hasn't gotten their ticket.
Wait, seriously?
Yep. I have to deal with that after we're done tonight. And I've still got to work on the 2 posters with everybody.
Punch him in the taint. I'm working
I can't.
on
He can pick me up. He's tall as you. I can't do it.
But to begin by beginning, out in the void of space, far from the warmth of any sun, drifts the Starlight Station, an ancient creaking relic of an era long past. Somewhere in the labyrinth of rusting corridors, faulty airlocks, and sputtering power conduits lies a small, brightly lit beacon of fast food glory. Space Donald's. Its neon sign flickers in the recycled atmosphere, casting a garish glow over the chipped bulkheads around it. Inside, the air's thick with the mingled scents of recycled air, processed meat, and the ever-present undertone of industrial cleaning solvent. The station may be falling apart, but the Emperor decreed that his citizens shall have their nutrient patties, and you, Manager Sachi, are here to enforce that divine mandate. Your shift begins the same way it always does, surveying the damage from the previous day, setting the servitor grill to high, and checking the freezer for any leaks in the void-sealed meat containers. Beside you, Jessica Scratch and Sniff, your human, with direct quotes, employee, with suspiciously greenish complexion and an overly enthusiastic demeanor, clumsily adjusts her cap. The disguise isn't fooling anyone who looks too closely, but on this forsaken station, most turn a blind eye so long as the food keeps coming. Outside, you hear the groaning hum of the space station as the first groups of shift workers and voidfarers began to stumble into the promenade, drawn by the glow of the Space Donald sign.
It's time for shift to start, I suppose.
We are ready.
Alrighty, go open the doors, please, Jessica.
Okay.
As you open the door, a cheery hum comes out. A Vox grill crackles to life, and a very tinny voice says, "Welcome to Space Donald. May the Emperor bless your meal."
Oh, if I have to hear that one more time.
It goes off every time.
Yeah, no, I figured like every few minutes, probably.
Also, I am sorry, Kim. I am scrubbing my files right now to find you an orc, but apparently, fuck you.
Do you want me to look and see if I can find any in the shop, in the workshop?
Most of my stuff is from the workshop. I'll for now.
There's an orc pack. Here, hold on, I've
Sure.
got one. They may not be Warhammer orcs. Is that okay? Because that's the first thing that came up.
Yeah, sure.
I'll see if I can find any others.
Oh yeah, I think I have that one.
Do you have the fantasy miniature orcs?
I think so.
You just broke
Regardless.
things. That's what you did.
Every time. Anyway, so as you start opening the grill and getting everything ready for the day in your quaint little Space Donald's restaurant, the distinct sound of a las pistol cracking out breaks the silence and causes the normal crew and your regulars who line up before the store is opened to start running in panic.
Do I have any kind of weapons on me?
Yes, in fact, you do. You have your standard issue Space Donald's problem solving implement, which is a small heavy duty las pistol that you can use to shoot people in the face when you need to.
Alrighty, I'm gonna have it like resting my hand on it to make it very obvious to the person as I walk up angrily to the door. Alright! Who's gotta ruin my morning?
Outside, a small group of ratlings laugh as they sit upon a mobile cargo hauler, and they take pot shots at random civilians.
Ratlings are like the rat things from Warhammer 1?
Ratlings are halflings in 40k terms.
Are we allowed to just shoot them?
I mean, this is Warhammer 40k.
Alright. Screw it. I'm gonna take aim.
Do I have weapon?
I mean,
Jessica has a large block of metal that's been filed down and has a hastily, like,
we put little
welded.
nails on it and stuff. Or
Exactly.
just gonna look
And
at Jessica
this
and go, "You may have as much fun as you want with them. I do not want to deal with this before I've had my coffee."
This is your chopper, and what you use to cut up the mystery meat that is served in the Space Donald's.
Who ruined shift?
I'm gonna
Oh.
point to the ratlings. Those fellows over there. Jessica, would you like to take the first few hits at them, or do you want me to?
I got it.
So for those just joining, we are doing a very silly Warhammer thing.
So, we're going to be playing with Genesis rules, which you may remember from our Star Wars game. I said a little roller behind the restaurant there. I will be giving you your stats, rapid fire. I already have the character sheets and everything made.
Okay, so I am not that familiar with regular Warhammer game because I've only seen like, the guys playing it once.
Mm-hmm.
So, where are all the buttons?
You don't need to worry about that. I will tell you what to press as long as you can see the colors. So in this circumstance here, Jessica, you're going to go out and handle these ratlings?
Yes.
Just gonna be inside, just pouring some coffee for when she's done for the both of us.
I stride forward, hips swaying, weapon in hand, ready to swing.
I'd like to remind everyone she's playing an orc, so this image is so much better. You could have used that black and white miniature for her, like the uncolored one.
Yeah, I'll grab that.
Yeah,
Give
just
me a
so
minute
people
here.
have something to see on screen for her. Remember, guys, orcs can be whatever orcs want to. We did not have any flooding here, no. We had a tree go by. We had a tree deciding to go on its own little journey. Sarasota did get flooded, and parts of where I live did, but just not like where I live. Like my neighborhood didn't really have any flooding. This is Space Donald's. This is Space Donald's. What are you talking about? To the Ringling Museum. I haven't gone over there to see yet. I haven't gone into town yet.
So, as you approach, huddled in the shadows of a promenade, a trio of ratlings lurk near a stack of cargo crates. They keep tagging civilians with these lowered down power las pistols. More or less, they're finding it funny when it hurts people. It's kind of like a paintball. As you approach the leader, a ratling with a greasy mop of hair and wild eyes, cocks his weapon and shoots a shot just past you and into the hind end of a terrified tech priest. They gather together and put a new pack of ammunition into this las pistol, scrounged up from the bottom of this cargo freight hauler, until they notice Jessica Scratch and Sniff approaching them. They freeze, looking over at you, and one of them hisses, "Oi, what's that you think you're doing? What you doing coming over here?"
You ruin our shift. Leave.
Okay. Do you want to try and intimidate them in this, or do you want to
Yes.
just... Okay, so your intimidation is going to be very good. Give me 4 yellows against 3 purple.
After hers, I've got an idea for what I want to do.
Nice.
There is some errors happening on tabletop.
Yeah, that was the model that I tried to load. It didn't come in.
Everything's broken tonight.
It certainly seems so.
I broke everything, I'm sorry.
My job to break.
So while she's attacking them, is there like an underground passage I can use or like a back door where they won't notice me?
There is a back door to the restaurant, but it leads out towards the dumpsters, and it's relatively open area. They probably wouldn't have noticed you in the first place. They weren't really paying attention to anything inside.
All right, then I'm going to try to come out with the 2 cups of coffee, and I think you guys can figure out exactly what I'm planning on doing.
So for now,
That'll work. You blame me as usual, of course. No, this is the prequel to the Rogue Trader game that we normally do. We were gonna do it tonight, but after this, I'm probably not because I don't trust my computer. I gotta fix some things.
Here we go. So you're outside there, Kim, just across the way, speaking to those three ratlings. And as you approach and you more or less brandish your fiendish level chopper and tell them to fuck off, they the leader, the one with the greasy, slicked back pompadour, kind of like gulps and eyes his friends for support and finds both of them already missing. He looks back up at you, being barely knee height to you. We wasn't looking for trouble. We's just looking for a meal.
Oh, that's
Give
gonna make
money.
what I do perfect.
Give money. Buy meal here.
Are you just gonna like grab him and take him inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Grab him by his collar and drag.
All right, I'm just gonna put down the coffee. So I was just gonna walk out back and burn him with it. Come up behind him and burn him. Nope,
So,
nope, I
yeah,
got it ready.
You're like making the coffee when Jessica walks through the door holding up the little halfling by his head.
Oh, he's
She said something.
alive.
Customer.
Do you have money?
Yeah, sure, I got money. I got lots of money.
All right then. What would you like?
I'll take I don't know what do you have?
We have the Emperor's ribs on special.
An emperor rib.
Come
They're
on, it was
just
on-
back.
They're just back for a limited time.
Oh God, I hate that. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll take two. And he like fishes out a little baggie from a side pocket stashed away and takes out a couple thrones, which are gold piece coins that the Imperium runs on.
Really, they run. Of course they do.
Yeah, of course.
All right, then I'm gonna go get his meal, and I'm gonna look at him and go, by the way, they do suck. Like, I knew exactly what he was starting to say. I don't care.
So as you head back into the kitchen and start putting up the order for the the emperor rib, and the servitor, this wired in lobotomized body that does act as your chef, starts putting together the slopped ingredients. He pours this pink slime into a little mold and it starts to cook it into the shape of the rib. He's going through the whole process back there. I need you to make a check for me. It's going to be 2 green and a yellow versus 2 purple. So
Which one
click
of us?
green twice, yellow once, purple twice. It's going to be you, sis, since you're putting in the order.
2 green?
Yes, 2 green, 1 yellow, 1 purple. Or 2 purple, I'm sorry.
Oh, why can't I? Okay, thank you.
That's okay. We'll just nice. So here's the thing about this system. It's very open and very wonderful about these things. It lets you do stuff. That was successes with a threat. That means something bad happened. As the servitor works through, he creates a pretty bog standard, like, emperor rib meal and sets down the sandwich and everything into a neat little package and passes it over the counter. He puts both of them in order right next to each other with a tiny fry and everything together. He turns back, and then there's this weird sound as he returns to the grill. He makes a sound as he turns around and like accesses and sits in front of the grill, and then he turns again, a full 180, and this weird lobotomized cyborg head looks left and right for a moment, and he locks eyes with you. This machine intelligence looks at you and says, "We are out of synth meat."
Oh, fucking course we are. They forgot to fill it all up last night, didn't they?
No orders on record.
This is why I hate the general manager. All right, I'll go make some phone calls. And then come out, Jessica. Keep our person busy. I have to go make some orders and shoot someone. I look at the rattling you behave.
Why, I ain't gonna do nothing. He sits over at a corner bar and starts eating his rib, very cautiously eyeing Jessica. The whole time he's like, it's very clear that he's been trying to run from the first moment, but he's afraid you're gonna catch him.
Absolutely. So I guess I'm going to the manager's office.
Yeah, absolutely. So you head up the stairs to the manager's office.
Yeah.
We'll call it this one for now. This is more a cafe than anything else. But we head upstairs, and your office is a relatively simple appointed thing. There's no desk or anything really set into it. It's an open room with a monitor and a few like control panels. Some of the repair equipment and like the power couplings and things are in here. There's a distant hum of the machines as they whir and clink and set things into practice that would normally run the business, but you happen to know your synth meat vats are entirely empty.
How in the fuck did they get all empty?
Well, you could go around to the back of the store and check your synth meat vats if you'd like. Or
Can I
you
do
can
a
send
scan through the
Jessica to.
computers, or is it better to just go and check?
You could go and scan through the computers to check.
Yeah, I'll try the scanning through the computers first.
So, Sachi, by rote in our lore, was never really a computer person,
Just yell at it and make it work.
basically. Make a 2 green, 2 purple check for me.
It's just like to think that the machine spirit in this is just as afraid as the one on the other ship. 2 green and a purple?
2 purple.
Okay. What?
If you wait too long, it auto rolls.
Oh.
Okay, that's actually really good for you. That's 1 success and 1 advantage. So that means you like punch the computer. You're like, work, fucker! The machine spirit clicks over and you see like a rapid fire bunch of numbers and a very quick like binary get fucked.
Just kind of giving it the finger. Yes, we've been through this every damn day. Work.
It gives you the finger in ASCII art.
I just have the asshole machine spirits on everything I do.
Basically. And it boots up finally, and you see the delivery logs as you settle in. And yeah, sure enough, there was no delivery last night. There was some kind of shutdown that caused the upper wing, where you normally get your shipments from, to go dark. It's not entirely untoward for an entire sector to go dark. It's usually because, like, A, there's invasions, B, there's monsters, C, the Inquisition's involved. You know, shit happens.
Oh, it better not be those Inquisition assholes. They try to order every fucking rib when we have them. I don't even know how they can eat those things.
The worst part about the Inquisition for you is the Inquisitorius Inspectus, or the Health Inspector Ordo.
Oh, I'm not dealing with him today, I swear. Look at the machine spirit, don't you even laugh. He's going to turn you off, too.
There's like an ASCII art face who like gives you a wink.
What are you planning?
So, manager, you're left with a pretty succinct problem, is you don't have enough meat to make burgers for the day. And even now, looking through the windows of your office, one of the few like luxuries afforded you is you can see the
the groups of people who were dispersed by the gunfire starting to mill back around and come back. And sure enough, you know, in a second, if these fucking drones don't get their food, don't get the slop in their face hole, they are going to fucking riot.
I have an idea.
So you need to think of a
is
way
the
to get
ratling
meat
still there?
fast.
No, I'm not cooking the ratling. No, I'm gonna go down and talk to him.
Okay. So, we head back.
It's okay, he got drunk. It's fine. We put the best alcohol in our drinks.
We head back downstairs, and you see, Jessica. What are you doing right now?
Has anyone entered?
No one's entered yet. The gunfire earlier split out the crowd. You have been downstairs with just the ratling who's been eating his meal.
Jessica sitting across from him, of course.
They're just having a staring contest. I'm gonna walk over to the table where they are. Alright,
So
we have a
you
bit of
come
a
down.
problem.
You see the ratling, like, crying and eating the McRib.
I'm gonna look at the ratling. I need you and your group's help.
What? What did I do?
You wanna live?
I mean, yes, that's why I'm eating this. This wonderful
It's alright, don't even.
sandwich.
Look, you help me, you get like a lifetime supply of those space flurries. I don't give a shit. I need your help.
Wait a minute, I know that's a jip. Those things are always broken.
No, we just never turn them on for you.
What?
Yeah. They're a pain
You
in
just
the
like
ass
go
to
over
make.
and get an ice cream cone.
Yeah. Just to show him and offer it to him. Here, see?
An Astronomicon cone. Jesus. So yeah, you like make your own ice cream cone and you sit there eating. He's like, by God.
Look, I'll make sure you always get one, but I need your guys' help. We need you to keep everyone away from the restaurant with only minimal damage to the restaurant, please. While I go find out what's going on with the meat.
Okay, got it. I can do that.
Thank you. Jessica, do you want to defend the restaurant or come with me?
Jessica, help you.
Thank you. Ratling, I swear to God, you fuck this up, you will be the meat.
No. I would never do that.
Jessica, stay here with him.
I thought I was going.
Yeah, do we have anyone else that we could have watch him while we go?
There's the servitor, the cook.
Look upstairs. Computer! Get your little skull ass form down here. Figure it's got like one of those little
The servo skulls, absolutely. A little servo skull pops up out of the wall and like scooches forward, and it's the most like depressed and melancholic fucking servo skull. Like even without a face, you can tell this thing fucking hates its life.
It's okay, I join you on that one. I'm just gonna pat it lightly. I need you to defend the restaurant. You may kill anyone you like except the ratlings unless they turn on us. And try to steal something, then you can absolutely destroy them. You can torture them for all I give a fuck. I instantly went to that voice.
You hear the joyous sounds of a trash compactor meeting a DSL modem.
Good boy. Come on, Jessica.
Yeah, the servo skull like hovers over him, staring, and the servitor cook comes over, brandishing its 6 arms and knives.
I'm so...
As you two walk out of the room. Good luck.
Thank you. See, we treat our employees right. We let them get their
Just-
bloodlust out.
Jessica adjusts the skirt.
You look lovely, Jessica. We're going to the upper layers.
How's my hair look?
Just gonna put it in like a little. I'm gonna tie little ribbons on it, so it's like 2 little pigtails. Perfect. There you go. You look lovely.
Thank you.
And it's surprised you didn't use them as the meat. That's if we can't get the meat stuff, then we are gonna use them. They're the backup. That's why I'm keeping them in the restaurant.
Let's get supplies.
Alrighty.
Jesus.
What? I know how to
So-
move the thing.
Yeah, you do. So you head out away from your your space Donalds, fully aware that your managerial status, giving you the money and the home that you currently live in, is on the line in this situation. Already, there is a little bit of a line starting to appear outside of the Space Donalds, but the Ratling is standing outside in a strangely quickly acquired uniform.
I'm just gonna look back and go, you know, I might end up hiring that one.
And he's like fast talking people into into buying the worst products possible that aren't in the meat category.
Okay, that one's going to absolutely get hired. I like that one.
He not so bad.
It takes you about half an hour of walking to get to the local turbo lift to get between levels. You said you wanted to head up a floor, up to the area where you normally get your...
Yes, I
Your
need to know if
food?
I need to shoot someone.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
I'm a manager at Space Donald's. Do you think I'm not going to be violent and angry at life? I've worked at a McDonald's.
So you arrive at this turbo lift. It's a clear tube that runs all the way to the very top of the station. And it goes well past your eyesight into the next levels below and above. Directly in front of you is a partially disemboweled, like basically it is just the chest and upper body, like the midsection and upper body and head of a baby that is just set into the side of the into the turbo lift.
I'm just
And
going
as you
to
approach,
poke it like, what the fuck?
yeah, you approach and you take out your issued Space Donald's sword and give it a little poke in the tummy, and it wakes up and looks at you and starts screeching and then pushes a button next to it, which is the up button.
I fucking hate these things. Why can't they make them mute?
I can try to fix it.
No, no, no. That will come out of our pay.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't understand why the baby things exist in Warhammer.
Because just because it's a baby corpse doesn't mean it can't be useful. Also, in 40K, you can officially be declared excommunicado, like you can be killed, because of the sins of your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
God, it's dumb.
If the imperial judicial system finds you guilty, but you've been dead for 200 years, the punishment does get meted out to your family or immediate relatives.
There's an obvious joke I want to make, but I don't think I can make it without us getting, banned.
And to be clear, a lot of servitors are reclaimed corpses, people who fucked up, debtors, anywhere that you would normally find prisoners or people who were poor in nowadays would be robots. They lobotomize them and strap machine shit to them.
I'm taking the little servo skull with me, by the way, when I go to the ship.
Is that... Oh my god. That's really funny because I don't want to ruin something, but that fits into the lore a little bit later.
We definitely need to play more on Tuesday.
What's this weird Space Donald's managerial program? Don't touch it!
You
He's
leave him
angry
alone.
too.
You leave him alone. He has a little bit of a bloodlust. I'm the only one who can.
Yeah, he fucking does. He just turns off a couple people.
Weaponized
Anyway.
rage?
No, it's part of the story when we get to 40 when we get to Rogue Trader.
Yes.
Suffice to say that we get to deal with a very ornery machine spirit, and if that's the one from your Space Donald's
That'll
days,
make too much sense.
that's perfect. But you ride this turbo lift up and out of the floor that you normally on, and it's a curiously long affair. In the best of times, this station is fucking gigantic, and these machines are poorly maintained. So it's a better part of a day of travel through
You just
different
take out a
layers.
thing of cards and we're just playing cards while we're waiting.
Yeah, this room is just big enough that you could like kip down and like go to sleep. There's even like a drop down bunk for you to take a nap because they know how long this shit takes. Although it does look like it was hastily like welded onto the wall.
Oh god, we're going to die in one of these eventually.
Worse ways to go.
True. We could be killed by angry customers.
On the wall, a little like a servitor head with a Vox grill implanted over its mouth comes alive and very cheerily tells you the death statistics most recently of this turbo lift, which it's happy to report are far, far under the average norm, with only 30,000 deaths in the past 37 hours.
You know, do you ever think we live on a really fucked up station?
Life that way.
Yeah. Just gonna look at the thing with the Vox box, like, why are you always so happy about doing this every time we have to ride?
I like reporting my successes.
You know what? Fine, the deaths are your successes.
Only 30,000 is a new station record.
Are you going to make it bigger next time or smaller?
That's the smallest there's ever been.
Good job.
The servitor just kind of chirps happily to itself, very, very contented with your praise. There's a moment about 13 hours in where the the turbo lift shutters, comes to a halt, the lights turn off, and it's dead silent for about 3 minutes. And then it starts up again and starts to move.
Just
And the
kind of
servitor's
look
like,
at the
"Oh,
thing like you
goodness."
did that on purpose.
No, of course not. I would never.
I can see that you're smiling.
It doesn't have a mouth.
I know, I'm screwing with it.
It just kind of looks down at the Vox grill, sad.
Go back to playing cards. You know, I'm a psyker. I can just read things' minds and shit. No, I probably shouldn't. Actually, this is Warhammer. That would be really bad.
Oh, please make a fucking psycher check in this.
Alright.
Because that gives me free reign.
Do it. Fine.
So
I know
this
I
is
can't be
Tachi's-
killed, damn it, because we need me.
This is, yeah, you can't. Although you have a lot of augmetics, you could have been.
I still have my book with me.
It's still got the Space Donald's logo on the front.
Alright, yeah, no, I'll totally do a psycher check.
Okay. What are you looking for specifically?
People are asking, are we actually using the Rogue Trader tabletop system?
Oh, no, we are not playing the actual Rogue Trader tabletop, only because it would take too long to describe and build up a D100 system for them. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love Fantasy Flight Rogue Trader. It's actually, fun fact, it was the first ever introduction to 40k. I was deployed, and I played Rogue Trader in Dark Heresy. I still have an original first edition release of the first Dark Heresy, with the cover fucked up from when our base got exploded.
Jeez. Was that, is that the one where you learned how to fly?
No, that was a completely different circumstance.
You've been blown up a lot.
Yes, that's correct. Anyway, so we're heading out into the station itself. You decide to use your psychic powers on your way up. What were you trying to do with it?
I am bored as fuck, so something like maybe reading. Can we read the machine's minds or anything?
You can. You can try and read Jennifer's mind. You can try to read the machines.
Jessica.
Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry. And you can try and reach out further. You could even astral project yourself if you wanted.
Fuck it, let's astro project. I'm bored.
Okay, so make a 2 green, 2 red roll for me.
The thing is gone. Oh, there it is. 2 green, 2 red. Okay. Come on, roll. Thank you.
What the shit?
What happened? Did I do good?
It washed, which means there was a failure, but nothing happened.
Okay.
So
then.
you reach out with your brain to astral project and push yourself outwards, and you find the little cabin is psyker warded.
Just gonna like, hmm.
Jessica asked Robot, what caused last death?
The machine looks over at you and cheerily reports that the last death was due to mechanical failure, which caused cessation of life functions by sewage ingestion.
What the fuck?
Where's sewage come from? Jessica is looking around the place they're in, like, where does it come in?
Yeah, there's like very clearly a big open pipe on the side of the elevator, and you think to yourself, why would they do that?
Just both gonna look at it and look at each other. This entire place sucks.
So it's not very long before you finally arrive. Not very long, as in it's only a day or two before you finally arrive on the next level.
Can we call our our restaurant to make sure it's okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So you have a little comm bead, which is literally a communications bead. It's like an earring or a little headset on your ear. And as long as you're on station, you can make phone calls and communicate with people. In this particular instance, you call straight back into your managerial computer, and it very succinctly reports that the station is, or the fucking Space Donald's is filled up with 37 halflings who are performing at strangely peak performance with the amount of materials, and they have managed to not supplement the meat supply correctly, but certainly they are feeding people something.
Send them a message that they're all hired. Fuck it, we finally have a good crew. I'm gonna look at Jessica. Finally, we got a good crew!
I'll show them the ropes when we get back.
I don't know if we need to. They seem to be doing a very good job.
They need to know how to properly clean.
This is true. You can show them. I know you're a master with the mop.
Yes.
Master with the mop.
Just an orc happily mopping.
Jessica reaches up and adjusts the wig just a little bit.
Like entirely takes it off to scratch her head.
Yes.
So you end up in this next area. This sort of rusted, wrapped over bulkhead opens up with a metallic hiss, and this thick iron smell of blood, corpses, and decay meets your nose.
Ugh. I always hate coming up here.
Just another Wednesday on the Epsilon deck, honestly.
Yeah.
This entire deck is like part slaughterhouse, part manufactorum, and part delivery bay. Although normally it's a fucking mess and full of people, today as you arrive, it's very empty.
This isn't good. Where is everybody?
Everyone's probably dead.
It ain't gonna be our fault. I guess we're gonna walk through cautiously. Is there no, we didn't have anything set up for this?
I am bringing it up.
Okay.
I am doing things as fast as I can.
Just tell us to give you a minute, Spaz.
I'm trying.
Jessica is patient. Jessica can wait.
So for now, we will use this right here, just because I don't have anything quite yet.
Oh, that's nice. Why is their deck much more roomier than ours?
I'm confused.
Isn't that usually a way of life for you?
Sometimes.
They made an Orcs Must Die board game? This will be for later.
There we go. Jeez. So the floor is mostly empty. It takes a little while of walking, maybe an hour or two, before you finally get to the normal area that you interact with the servitors and everything to find out what the fuck's going on and to make your normal orders. And you find this servitor is in its little sort of cradle that it normally sits in, where it's functionally wired in a seating position, and it's got a little keyboard in front of it, and all it does is like type and submit orders and everything. As you approach the little rotating platform that it's sitting in, sort of like an info box, like a information box that you would go and talk to somebody in, turns to look at you automatically, and you see that the servitor inside is definitely missing his head.
That's probably not a good thing.
He can't answer questions now.
Yes. That means you were probably right. Everybody's dead.
That usually reason.
Well, let's just look around. Maybe we could find some way to get this stupid meat.
Jessica walks over to computer to try and use it.
Okay, just a second. There we go. I put a Genesis roller over there. So you want to try and inspect this computer. Go ahead, and orcs are not normally very observant. So in this situation, make a 2 green and 3 purple check for me. Okay, that's a failure with a... Well, it's a wash, which means you really don't understand this fucking human technology. You don't understand why they wire people into computers. You don't even know why, like, they do all this dumb shit for no reason when this guy could easily hold a gun and shoot somebody. Human stuff kind of misses you entirely with its reasoning. But in this particular instance, as you're leaning forward, to inspect the headless corpse and kind of get a whiff of the blood and everything, there's a sound of scuttling behind you.
Jessica turns around to attack.
Did you just outright hit whatever's behind you?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I had to go deal with something. What'd I miss?
That's okay. Jessica, you turn around and absolutely fucking body an old man.
Just gonna watch unfazed and unsurprised at this point.
The sound of metal scraping metal is very, very apparent as you punch this fucking tech priest square in his face.
Why is she
And
attacking the tech priest?
he there was a scuttling sound behind her. She said, I turn around and attack. And I said, you attack whatever's behind you? And she said, yes.
Just gonna watch. Jessica, can I use my psycho powers to, like, move her off of him?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna lift her up and just kind of move her off of him.
Make a 3 green, 2 red roll for me.
Whoop. I got 1 failure. What does that mean?
So
Gonna suck for the
Jessica
old
is
man.
on top of this fucking clanker, just punching the shit out of him. And you half-heartedly try to lift her up and immediately get feedback in your brain.
Damn it! It's gonna stop. Fuck, what is with everything today?
Sis, I need you to make a 2 green and 2 purple. Actually, 3 green, 2 purple for me. Oh, there you go. This guy here, you know him. This is Engisir Mordax. This is the guy, the one who produces the biosubstrate, as he calls it, which is the stuff that you use to make your meats.
I'm gonna whistle to get Jessica to stop. Okay.
Jessica, you've been like steadily handing this man his own ass.
Jessica stops with fist still hovering.
It's one of
Looking
those weird humies that, by the way, humies is the orc terminology for humans. It's one of those weird humies, or umis, if you want to be the Cockney version, that has a ton of like weird mechanical augments. You're pretty used to this. Like, you've seen Pain Boys and stuff like that who will replace a limb with like cybernetics or forms of orcish cybernetics, which is basically sticking a piece of metal instead of a peg leg. But this one's like really, really, really intense. Like, the guy is like 75% robot.
Well, at least he can't feel pain. I'm gonna walk over to him. Are you alright? Do we need to get you a toaster?
He was looking up skirt.
I'm just gonna look at her for a minute and then just look at him. And just give him a very, very gentle kick so that she thinks that I'm punishing him. Don't
Jessica
do it
back-
again. What'd you say?
Jessica backs off.
Don't do it again. I'm gonna reach down to actually help him up.
So, as you're talking, you hear like the fucking Windows reboot sound.
Oh, fuck, he's crashed.
and his eyes relight, and he looks around and sees your hand, reaches up and grabs it, and pulls himself off the ground, like looking more embarrassed about what happened than like, despite the dents and like clear like marks where she gripped the metal. He's more embarrassed about what happened. And he looks between the two of you and says, "Greetings, meat processors."
Greetings. Speaking of meat, where's our meat?
Yes, the biosubstrate is having an issue.
We noticed.
Is this Pascal? No, it's not.
But every one of them sounds the same.
But is it Pascal? Yes. Yes, it is.
That's why I offered a toaster.
Jesus. So he looks between the two of you and one more time and like looks behind him and points. The biosubstrate mother is having an issue with let's say she has given birth too many times and the grinder has become clogged, and I need your assistance in killing many things.
Whoa, why didn't you call us sooner?
I have dispatched messages, but they are being blocked.
Yes, I noticed there's something going on. I can't even lift people up right now. It's getting rather annoying. Did you say something? We can't hear you.
I've not said anything
Okay.
yet.
Your thing lit up, that's why I wasn't sure.
Meanwhile, Jessica is adjusting skirt again.
Jessica, it's time to kill things.
Jessica, help.
Yes. Well, if we need more, we have a couple of ratlings we can call. Apparently, we have a whole new crew.
Oh, this is wonderful. I am glad to see you meat processors. I've been given more friends to help.
Yes. Given. Not forced. Given. They've opened to choose to work for us.
I had a friend once, and then he died.
You didn't bring him back in any way?
Well,
You did.
have you ever been on Shaft Zeta?
Oh, what did you do?
He is currently the attendant of Shaft Zeta.
That actually makes a lot more sense now. I was wondering where the old one went.
Yes, he enjoys his new position without a body.
I don't blame him. So, let's get to work. Where do we kill?
Oh yes, let us proceed with the biosubstrate retrieval. And he kind of like just turns and starts walking, and he's leading you down these hallways until it becomes very clear that as he's walking, one of his legs isn't moving correctly, because he keeps walking and turning slowly to the left and ending up stopped at a wall, and then turning himself manually and then walking again in that same arc until he stops at a wall again.
Do you need us to try to help repair you?
Oh, you do not know the blessed rights of the Omnisaya. I do not think it would be proper for you to do this.
Usually I just yell at the machine and it does what I want.
Oh, this is powerful magic. Please.
Just gonna walk
he,
over.
Hikes up his red robes and does that like Marilyn Monroe, like the ankle out, except it's all machine parts.
Gonna walk over and actually check it. Do I have to do like a check thing?
I can tell you what it is, but you would need to make a check to fix it in
Yeah.
this circumstance. Mostly it looks like loose bolts and things. It looks like when Jessica was rocking his shit, a lot of those parts just fucking flew off, or some of the screws became incredibly loose.
Well, I have to keep fixing them stuff in the in Space Donald, so I should be able to fix this. Just gonna pull out my toolkit
You did prove that you fixed the ice cream machine.
by just turning it on. All right, so what do I have to do for a check to fix this?
So you're not super keyed off with the ways of the Omnissiah, as evident by our Rogue Trader playthrough.
Look, I yelled at it and it worked.
Let's go with a yellow and 2 greens, followed by a red and a purple. Beautiful. So you sort of like try and twist some of the bolts into place, and you're almost immediately shocked.
Fuck!
However, there's an advantage in this situation.
So does that mean it worked a little bit?
No, that means that in some way, shape, or form, you have an advantage right now. Like, did you look really cool doing it? Did you not make a face so you don't look like an asshole?
I did not make a face. He's gonna just kind of glare at his leg. I will rip you. I will have her rip you off if you don't work.
So you feel a couple 100 volts fly through your body and just absolutely pucker your butthole. And you manage to not make a single fucking face, despite the electricity sparking off the soles of your shoe.
You just hear me go,
Should
Right.
Jessica help?
You know what? This could be humorous. Go for it.
No, I think that one is the one who caused the damage. I would not like for them to. Oh God!
And he like covers his face as you get closer.
Orcs, if they believe hard enough, can do it. Just believe you can fix. I'm just gonna say, believe you can fix it.
I can fix it.
That
See,
should give
there
her
you
an
go.
advantage.
It does, 100%. So in this particular situation, you're not good with Yumi technology, but you're an orc, and there's a certain part of your literal biological nature that allows you to do this kind of shit. So I am going to give you 2 greens and a yellow versus 2 purple and 1 blue. So 2 greens, 1 yellow, 2 purple, and 1 blue. And that blue die is you knowing that you can do this. Wow.
Holy shit! Go orc! Go Jessica!
Jessica, with mighty hand, twists leg back into position.
Just gonna
straightening it
watch Modley piss with the machine.
like expert chiropractor.
I just want to point out, Kim, you can fix this, but also if you want to do it like an orky way, like you ripped the leg off and put it on backwards, but now he actually walks straight, that can be in the lore too. Just because that's how your fucking brain works.
Yes. When she twisted it backwards.
She's like, oh, clearly I know what's wrong here. And she fucking wrenches it.
Just gonna watch.
So there's like a squeal of metal and a squeal from the tech priest. But when you let go of him, he like settles his foot down and he feels it bending in the opposite way and he goes,
Oh, that is a weird sensation.
Yes, but it looks like
now.
it's better.
This one's leg unit is back to 97% efficiency. This is amazing. You are wonderful.
You're welcome.
It's almost enough to make me forget you're the one who caused the damage in the first place.
You shouldn't look up skirt.
He looks over at Sachi.
She's just laughing. She's just smirking.
Oh, okay. Understood. Shall we proceed?
Yes.
So he takes you all the way down to this open area, in towards the maybe like an hour or two's walk. You finally find the warehouse where he comes from, where he literally ships your biosubstrate, the pink slime goo that you make into meals from. And he very like cautiously looks both ways. And he looks at you and he goes,
Listen, I am about to reveal one of the Omnissiah's greatest tricks. You must not speak a word of this to anyone.
Promise.
Jessica good at secrets.
he looks around, and then he walks up to the door. And he does the shave and a haircut.
I knew that's what you were gonna do. 3 bits.
And then the door opens.
This is a very secret code from all the way back from Mars.
Wait. Oh, okay.
He enters inside, and ahead of you, you see what the problem is almost immediately. Suspended above a giant vat, which looks like part grinder, part collector, is a fucking massive tyrannid.
Just gonna stare at it and stare at him. Are you serious?
Why, yes, this is a Norn queen. She is wonderful for making biomatter.
Do you know what happens if anyone finds out this is here?
I don't
You get shipped
know.
back to Mars if you're lucky.
I hardly see this as a problem. This
I
place
said if you're
sucks.
lucky.
I
Space
am
Marines.
starting to come to terms with the fact that I am not lucky because I have a leg here that is backwards.
Does it work?
He looks down and looks at you.
I guess.
Then don't question it.
Okay.
We're gonna have to bring him onto the other ship too. You know, after playing Space Marine 2, I'm starting to think these tech priests are kind of stupid. So are you the only one that takes care of her, or are there others?
Well, there were others, but most of them died.
Can I ask how, as if I don't already know what the answer's about to be?
He points ahead of you, and you clearly see over the edges of this enormous grinder, which, by the way, this whole setup is about the size of a football field. It is a giant creature suspended over a vat the size of a football field with giant rolling grinders. And every once in a while, a creature just drops out of it and lands on these jammed rollers and scuttles away into the dark.
We are going to get blown up for this.
But as you catch and focus what he's pointing at, he's not pointing at the creature or that. He's pointing right now what is coming up a 5,000-foot staircase up to where you are is a group of creatures that are just absolutely sprinting at you.
You couldn't give us bigger guns for this?
I do not have guns.
Oh, why do we keep tech priests around?
Jessica can use him as mace.
You may need to.
And to be clear, it's going to take about 2 turns for the creatures to get to you.
So I've got my gun. We don't have anything else, and she's got her weapon. The tech priest doesn't have any kind of weapon?
You could check.
Okay. How do I check? What do I roll?
We're going to be rolling that tech check, which is going to be 2 greens, a yellow against 2 purple.
Oh, thank God.
Just a success. Yeah, he's got some really intense laser weaponry that he usually uses to carve up meat and things like that.
Gonna grab him. You are going to help us kill these things.
But how? I do not have a gun.
How do you usually carve up the meat?
Oh, I use this processor.
And he holds up the thing that's attached to him. and it's literally like a Gatling gun laser.
Congratulations, you have a weapon.
This is not a weapon. This is an implement for carving apart
I'm just
meat
going to
and-
stare at him and I
Oh.
say either that's going to be a weapon with you or she's going to club them with you. Make a choice.
He looks between you two and is like, hmm.
I suppose I will shoot them.
I was about to go, Jessica, grab him. Oh, if he would have done that one more time.
Jessica is slightly disappointed.
Don't worry, you can use him when he runs out of ammo.
Jessica's like almost grabbing him.
And I just have my las pistol. Oh, I do have my
Yes.
psyker powers too. Can I
You got
use
your
them in
last
here?
pistol. Yeah. You've just been fucking up.
Fuck you too.
So we're gonna call this guy the stand-in for the
You have a
The
tech
Admech
priest
for
one?
now.
Why is he moving? We don't get to move.
That's because he's one of the pre-animated character models.
Gay.
He also attacks. And he'll die.
Aww.
He does all kinds of stuff. Anyway, he's the stand-in for now because, like I said, this was all fucking last minute. So you want to... What do you want to do here?
Not die.
Jessica charged forward and attack.
Can I give any kind of boost to her with my psyker powers, or because I don't know exactly what I have for my psyker powers?
So this is a fun little side note thing. One of the classes in Rogue Trader, not the literal tabletop, but the Owlcat Games Rogue Trader, is a noble who is able to issue orders and commands. And I think it would be very funny to think that she started out that way because she's a manager. So I will say you can absolutely, as like a free action kind of thing, give anybody a blue die. A blue
Alright.
die to their roll.
Then if Jessica's gonna charge forward, I'll give her a blue die.
Okay. You can shoot too.
They're too far away for me to hit at this point, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, then no, I'm just going to start pumping her up.
Okay, yeah. Alrighty. So Jessica, you're charging straight at them?
Yes.
Okay. So you move up a range band and they move up a range band and you guys stay where you are. The tech priest does take a couple pot shots as he like tries to figure out how this thing could be a gun.
We're screwed. Just gonna make sure mine's loaded. Oh, you also get a blue die.
The tech priest.
Oh, okay.
You handed it to Jessica, unless you
Oh,
want to give
I
it to
thought
me.
I didn't know who. I didn't see who was rolling. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, he's spinning up the weapon right now. He has figured out the range of the gun. He shot a couple times and it just entirely stitched like holes in the air, like just sharp red light right above their head, not quite touching them.
Well, I mean that was close. Good try.
Oh, I think I figured out what I need to do. I need to aim at them.
Just gonna look at him. When we're done here, I'm taking you to a shooting range. You could use a break from
boy.
this place.
I do not know what I would do at a shooting range when I don't have a gun. Oh, this is a gun.
Oh, I wish I had my team from Space Donald's here helping.
She could see the future. She's like, it's so much better when Abelard's here.
I keep seeing this man in the future. God, I wish he was here.
He would have stomped this asshole by now.
He keeps talking about baby stomping boots.
I see glittery cowboy boots. It's weird.
Somebody's gonna draw Abelard in that. You're giving that man a shoe fetish. Slowly.
I want to see Abelard as fucking Jim Dangle from goddamn Reno 911 doing the new boot goofing.
Somebody draw it, please.
Oh. Anyway. Jesus. So that brings us to the next turnaround, which brings us up to, by the way, this game works is PC, then creature, then PC. Right now we're not in direct combat, so it doesn't really matter. But, Jessica, you would meet them before they would get to move, which means you would be stopping them right outside your commander's, well, your manager's range. You can do that if you want to, or you can wait where you are and try and catch them as they charge at you. That way your friends can fire into combat easily.
No, Jessica's going straight for them.
Oh, you just raw dickin'. Okay, you rush
Clinging
down.
wildly.
Now, the one thing a fucking an orc is good at, and every good orc is good doing, is crumpin', fightin', and smashing shit. So, if you wouldn't mind, please make a 3 yellow against 2 purple for me. Jesus Christ. So one of the little ones that's rushing
Oh
up
wait,
at
was that
you-
the blue? Did they also use blue too?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you add your blue one. There you go. Okay. So that's 3 successes and 3 advantages. Now, in Genesis, there's a lot of different rules and things that can guide weapons. One of my favorites is using advantages to activate special features of weapons. Normally, you would get crits, or there'd be other shit that you can do. In this particular instance, your blade has cleave, which is where you will slash through multiple things. Right now, if you wouldn't mind, choose 3 of those models that are near you and just get rid of them and tell me how you do it.
So, are there 4 here?
Yeah.
Okay, so these 3 directly in front of me. Jessica swings like cutting grass, decapitates and slices in half, and then keeps slicing before they chunks hit the ground.
You just hear me, woo, goo!
They just land in like perfect meat patties.
Now that's impressive.
Jessica hungry.
We'll definitely get some food after this.
Orcs are notorious for eating literally anyone or anything.
They do look good.
So if you like hack off a limb like a fucking chicken wing and just start gnawing on it, that's fine.
Is there a leg still intact?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pick it up. Start eating.
So that allows our creatures to pile in on you. Let's see here. I'm just going to condense them down. The Hormagaunts and Termagaunts will be fighting as one, and the Warrior will be fighting as a different one. Oh, wow. So you stand there and, like, your blade is absolutely a flash of light as you're blocking all these little fucking cutting talons and pokes and prods and stabs. And finally, one of them catches you, like, right in the back of the leg as you're trying to turn to block another one. It only does a little bit of damage to you, but he's definitely fucking stabbed you. Then the Warrior attacks you. Oh, that's not right. Ignore this. Here we go. Oh, wow. So apparently this larger creature was the thing that drew your attention away from the smaller one, because you are absolutely just a blur of lightning chopping and slicing, sparks flying as you intercept and redirect every single one of these stabbing strikes as its scything talons come down and just try to pick you apart.
How rude.
It gets her wig and angers her more.
It catches the wig off her head and it looks at it like, what the fuck?
Just
Oh
kind
my
of look at the tech priest. Oh, that's not gonna go good when she notices. I'm gonna yell, Jessica! It took something from you.
Jessica looks down at her feet, slowly looks up, not seeing the curls.
Jessica, it might want to look up your dress next.
How dare!
So that's going to lead us to Sachi and the tech priest Mordax's turn. Or, I'm sorry, Engisir Mordax.
So we can move. I can move forward a bit and aim, right?
Yes, so we can move up one range band, which brings us into short range. It means you're able to shoot.
All right, I'm gonna give my blue dice to him, because God knows he
Okay.
needs it, and I'm gonna try to shoot for the one of the little ones, since Jessica's gonna be focused on the big one now.
What do you what do you tell him to give him the blue die? Because it's basically inspiration.
Don't miss.
Oh, this is very good advice. I will simply shoot at that.
Good job. See, you're learning.
He makes like pleased fucking DSL like dial-up tones.
Eee.
You know,
Just kind of like debating keeping him as a pet at this point. Like, I kind of like this one. It's growing on me.
that's been everyone you've interacted with so far.
Because they're so dumb.
What is Sachi in keeping pets, goddammit?
Because look at them. They're going to get themselves killed.
So you... Jesus. Yeah, you give him the blue die. You can go ahead and shoot. Your shooting is 1 green, 2 yellow, and 2 purple with a black die because your friend is in the combat. Fuck. You absolutely fucking nail one of these things. You can pick any one of the 3 behind her. And then with that, you also had 2 advantages. Oh no, it was just passed with 2 successes. Never mind. Fuck
So
you.
this one.
Okay.
Where do I put him? Take him.
Into infinity.
I've worked at Space Donald's long enough. I know how to shoot somebody.
Do you want to describe what happens?
I just aim right for its eye and just close one of my eyes and smirk and shoot it clean through the eye and make the head explode.
It cuts right under Jessica's skirt.
See, it wanted to look under your skirt. It tried when you weren't paying attention.
All must die!
I worked from Space Waffle House to Space Donald's. Alright, Sachi knows how to kill things. Hi, bud. Hey, girl. Oh, you're watching him.
Okay, so
I've managed to set Jessica into a blind range now.
yeah, you shot. It was looking under the dress. So that's gonna lead us to the Engisir's turn. I'm gonna go ahead and roll him.
He can be in here. He's fine.
Oh, I think I will shoot that small one there.
You can do
Holy
it.
shit.
Did you remember to use the blue die?
I
Yes,
did.
you did. Oh, it landed on
So
top
it's
of
a
it.
failure with 5 advantages. So this Engineer, what he does is he like kicks the thing. It he like holds it up. It's underneath his arm, like strapped on like a water cannon almost. And it starts to cycle up, and then it burns out. And he like looks at it, and he goes, "What the shit?" And he hits it on his knee, but he forgets that it's the backwards knee. So he slaps it in this like vice between his leg, and it comes back up again, cinched on the power coil, and it starts just spraying bullets downrange, like these crimson lances just stitching the pavement with lines and lines of heated ceramite. And it like explodes, little bits of impact, and each one just wraps perfectly around Jessica and causes all of them to disengage with her entirely, like backing up significantly to keep her from getting hit next turn. He's basically providing cover fire because he accidentally just cycled up his gun too hard.
I'm just going to look at him. I don't know if I'm impressed or would you like a job at Space Donald's?
He's like still holding it, screaming, going, "Ah, it won't stop, it won't stop."
Should I go over and help him or let's let it happen?
It's up to you.
Yeah, fuck it. He'll figure it out. No, you know what? I'm gonna walk over and just hit the off switch.
Yeah, it just like sinks down. He's like, "Oh my god, thank you."
We're definitely going to need to take you to a shooting range.
Yes, this would be wonderful, but it will have to be after the 36-hour procedure to turn the gun back on.
I'm just gonna look at him and aim my gun at him. That better be a joke.
He kind of very nervously laughs.
Yes, joke.
Just remember, if she drops her weapon, I'm letting her use you.
Jesus. So, that brings us back up to the top of the turn. That would be you, Jessica. You are currently, after having a disco light show spread around you, causing the creatures to back up in fear, you're a free woman to do some fucking wet work.
Jessica roars with anger and charges the biggest one, aiming to slice it clean in half, top to bottom.
Okay, absolutely. So, go ahead and roll hers, which is the 3 yellows against 2 purple. And we're going to have a blue die for the charge. Oh, shit.
How does it feel to have good players?
So you slice up into this thing's stomach. Like, it does that little X block thing, and it's screaming right back at you, making this high-pitched keening sound. It sounds almost like a tea kettle boiling over as it screams, and your strike pushes the spikes back onto itself, and it's like confused for a second, but still holding. And then the images of your locks, as you look down, you see one of the blocking hands is currently still stuck through your wig. That sends you just over the edge, and you push up and like slide chop and slam this guy. He's not dead, but you have basically chopped his lower arms entirely off and thrown him 10 feet from you.
Does Jessica have wig back?
Yeah, 100%. The arms that you cut off, one of them was the one with the wig.
Good. Jessica must put wig back on and fix it.
You look lovely, Jessica.
Does it still have the fucking Tyrannid spike through it?
Yes. It's
Of
got
course.
to.
that doesn't even sit on right now. It's just as long as it's on your head.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it looks lovely. And I just look at the tech priest, doesn't it?
And there's a little leak of green blood down your forehead. Um, and just hear Marduk looks at you and goes, yes, this is truly a beauty. Am
I just
quite
nod.
doing that right?
Yes, you did good. I say quietly, you did very good.
So that brings us to one of our creatures' turns. Normally they would have been in melee combat, but Jessica chased after the big one and fucking beat the shit out of him. I'm going to start with the Termagant. So the Termagant's going to shift over a little bit. He's going to close the range band to short for you, and he is going to launch his flesh borers at you. So to be clear, this thing is holding a parasitic cannon full of holes. They lob beetles at near bullet speed that have a brief spasm of life where what they do is they latch on to whatever meat that they can find and rapidly burrow through it, trying to find anything or any like source of food from this body. Oftentimes they'll like dig straight towards the fucking brain too. Just because 40k is extra nasty. It levels this biocannon at you and starts just spraying down, and you hear wet slapping squelches as it fires this mass of beetles at you.
Who's it aiming at?
It's aiming at you.
Oh, fuck no.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck no. Can I just use one of my psyker powers to block, to make like a shield or something?
Ooh. So this is going to hit you one way or the other, but I will let you use your psyker powers to keep it from becoming deadly.
Okay.
So 2 yellows and a green versus a red and a purple.
2 yellows and a green versus a red and a purple.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Is that good or bad?
That's a wash. That means that nothing happened
Fuck.
for you. Your psyker power's been flaking the fuck out. So this beetle fires in, and you see the one that gets you. You're not dead from this, but there is a significant scar on your body where this beetle carved into you.
Fuck.
It takes like 10 seconds of this thing burrowing and chewing to come out the other side to drop dead like a fattened tick and slowly curl its legs upwards as that brief spasm of life is done with.
Ew.
Yeah, it's a little fucking fat beetle monster that just died after engorging itself with your flesh. So you are bleeding hard right now. That brings us to either yours or Angisir Maddox.
I'll go.
Marty. Okay.
So, can I shoot at one of those two?
Absolutely.
All right. So what do I roll?
You would be rolling a yellow and 2 greens versus 2 purple.
Yellow
Also,
and 2
who are you
greens.
going to give the inspiration to?
I'll give it to the idiot that needs it.
You're going to have to be more specific.
The robo shoot everything but the actual monsters.
Oh, yes, this is a wonderful thing you have done.
So it's, what is
I
it,
like to
green?
think- Yeah, it's going to be 2 greens and a yellow versus 2 purple. Oh, fantastic.
Oh, when it comes to the fucking gun, I can do something, but my psycho powers just tell me to go fuck myself. At least I'm not summoning a damn chaos monster.
So you're giving Mardox your blue die from your inspiration. With the 2 advantages you have right now, you could give him a second blue die.
Absolutely. He needs it.
Okay. So pick one of those 2 monsters, and they're done for. Is it the one that shot you?
Yeah, which one shot me? I'm going for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Payback.
one that had the gun. Okay, so you you get caught in the left shoulder, and it has that cinematic moment of your shoulder rolling back, your right arm coming up, and you popping this thing in the fucking face as the beetle falls out of you.
Bang, bang.
I would like to remind you, you are excessively bleeding right now.
Do I have any way to stop it with my psyker powers? Because those have not been working to my benefit.
Yeah, you can, like, inwardly channel. You don't even need to roll for this kind of thing. This is something you would have been used to as your character, I believe, is a biomancer in the first place. Oh no, you're a fire person. So you like fucking kick off a little flame, like a cigarette flame from your fingers, and cook the hole closed.
Just hear me.
Yeah. So that's going to lead us to the Hormigon's turn, which is going to rush up on Jessica and try and stab her in the ass. Oh, God. Jessica, you hear this thing scampering around behind you, and you have that one fluid moment where you just heel kick backwards and catch it right in the face as it was trying to attack you.
Jessica is wearing heels, by the way.
Oh, God.
That's perfect.
You absolutely take out one of its fucking eyes. So now it's Engisir Mardok's turn. We get that 2 fucking blue die.
You only did 1 blue die.
Son of a bitch, you're right. Jesus. That's almost the exact same roll. It's a failure with 5 advantages.
So he's just doing the same thing he did last time.
More or less. I'm going to spend 1 bit for a crit and 1 bit for the giving Jessica a blue die. And for just a moment, friends at home, we have a bot in our chat that is able to do the crits for us.
I forgot we have that thing.
So that's worthless but funny. So Marduk shoots spools up the gun again, despite the jokes about the 36 hours, and takes another spraying shot at the larger warrior. And there's a moment where it the little crimson beams create this line of holes right up the talon itself on the arm, causing the talon to just entirely break off. So he's far less capable than he was a moment ago, as he only has 1 fucking arm left. 2 from Jessica and 1 from Mardox. Oh, yeah, see, this is wonderful. You can actually shoot things if you aim at them.
I'm just going, you could just hear me loudly sigh.
Oh, Manager Sachi, did you know that you could shoot things by aiming?
I did not, thank you for telling me.
Oh, here, let me show you.
And he starts to walk over to you.
I'm just gonna let him because it's like I'm just saying in my head, don't kill him. Don't kill him. We need him.
He's like doing the golf swing thing where he takes you from behind and he lifts up your arm.
The music from Ghost starts flying.
Fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway. So that brings us back up to the top of the round. Jessica. Or any PC.
Go
Just
for Jessica.
Jessica, with one hand holding the weapon, the other hand reaches to grab the talon that just was cut off and attack with both at the big one.
What is it with you and scavenging weapons, Kim?
It's the best way to fight.
The
I'm
orc
getting
has
some
learned
Ari
that we need
vibes.
more weapons.
So you rush up just screaming your lungs out and dip down as you're running and snatch up the remaining limb, and it fits perfectly. Like, it seems kind of ridiculous knowing your race's racial ability. You're not really aware of that. It makes sense to people who do know that you have the ability to mildly affect reality, but this talon, as you pick it up, it's got the perfect finger holes to grip into. Like it was made to be a brass knuckle attachment.
Jessica is lucky.
Exactly. So you rush forward, swinging both blades in a fury. I will let you go through, do your normal melee check. So it's going to be 3 yellow, 2 purple, and add a blue to it. Jeez. So go on and tell me how you kill it, Kim.
Jessica first stabbed through chest with weapon she came with. Second, lifts it up in air and shish kebabs it on its former talon. Up its anus.
Kim, did you just fucking shish kebab this goddamn Tyranid?
Yes. Don't act like you're not impressed.
Jesus. So, those of us in the know, once the warrior dies, the synapse is lost. Even though there is a Norn queen in the area, the thing seems to be normally suppressed. And that warrior dying immediately reverted the Hormigaunt back into a scared animal that it is. It rushes off down the stairs, fleeing from you as it just absolutely books it, now just as much a prey as it was a predator just a moment ago.
Don't come back. Wrong boy. Sorry. Don't come back, you little bitch.
And that leads the three of you staring down at the massive football field sized, clogged grinder. And you, Sachi, having just recently had to singe a hole closed on your shoulder.
I am not fixing that thing.
Jessica, fix it.
Go for it. I'm just gonna give her another blue die. Fuck it.
So you follow through you're just walking forward and heading straight for the problem. Engisir Mardox is following behind you, babbling about how terrible of an idea this is. And I assume Sachi is following just to make sure that everything goes through.
Absolutely. Fuck it,
So
this
the
is a free show. Do you think I'm not going to watch?
Jeez. So the three of you head down the stairs and head towards this massive field, open grinding pit. And Kim, I'm going to let you roll for Jessica's machine knowledge. For humans, it's not super. It doesn't make a lot of sense to you. There's too much like nonsense and side things and safety features and dumb shit that
I'm just gonna be
humans
glaring at it, getting ready to yell at it like I do with every other machine.
do. Work, and you kick it. But you have an inkling for this technology stuff, as you've shown already. Give me a 2 green, 1 yellow, and 3 purple roll, along with a blue. Oh, geez. Okay. You may not know most garbage human technology, but you have an innate understanding of when shit blows things up or destroys things, and this is just one giant front part to a kilocan. It's just rotating bits and gears, and it ain't that hard. And you set yourself into motion heading straight for where you know the control panel would be because it's the only place that makes sense.
Jessica got this.
You can do it. I have faith in you.
I think the most surprising thing is she's actually headed there. I do not know where she got this knowledge from, but I will have to investigate.
So you saying you want to come work for us?
No, I do not want to work for you. You seem like terrible people.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, "We're the ones helping you."
Ah, yes, absolutely.
Do you want to go into the grinder when we're done?
I would not like a second trip into the grinder.
Wait a minute. When did you take the first trip into the grinder?
That's why I am mostly machine now.
So it's not just because you're a tech priest?
Oh, little A, little B.
Right. Do you want to keep working in here?
Sure.
Oh, well, I was going to invite you to come work for us. Fine.
No, thank you. I think I have covered. You're like terrible people.
I'm just going to roll my eyes. Whatever. I'll have Jessica
So-
beat you later.
Jessica, you head forward into the pit and manage to finally get to a side access plate, which actually you know immediately where to go. You just punch into the opening panel, rip it off its gate, and start fiddling with some of the wires. I'm going to need you to make a similar check. It's going to be 2 greens, a yellow, and 2 reds in this situation. And Sachi, are you going to be giving the blue?
Yes.
Yeah, then the blue as well. So 2 greens, a yellow, 2 reds, and a blue. Oh, jeez. You and these fucking threats. So that's fun, though, because that comes into fruition. You're down here on the floor. The area where the access panel is allows you to start up the gears in the system. Like, this stuff, most Humi shit is nonsense. This is just rolling cans. And you get the cans a rolling and they start grinding up material again behind you. There's a sweet citrusy scent as the meat is like turned into chunks from what it was. The smell of this blood being far more lemony than iron like. But once you get that going, then it suddenly occurs to you that you're on the production floor. You're where the grinder is. And as that occurs to you, the walls start closing down. Just like how they would when they would fill up with these creatures, it starts compressing them down and pushing them towards the grinding gears, which means it's pushing you towards becoming part of a emperor rib.
Not good.
Can we do anything?
So in this circumstance, what you can do is you can make athletics, acrobatics. So what the fuck is it called? God, I cannot think of it.
Don't fuck up roll?
Basically. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna grab this motherfucker, because I always need this shit. Nobody can use the same fucking terms. Yeah, it's athletics. I'm right. There we go. Always. I knew I was right. You can't prove otherwise. Shut up. So, Kim, Jessica's athletics is going to be 2 yellows and a green, and this is going to be against a red and a purple. Wow. You and this fucking success but threat. So you managed to absolutely fucking haul ass over these rollers. You're more than used to being in mortal danger. This is just like a Tuesday for you.
I mean, Space Donald's is always dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. This is a normal day at Space Donald's. As you're running forward, you drop your favorite choppa into the grinder, though. You hear the sparks, or you see the sparks and hear the grinding of metal as it passes into the meat tub below.
I'll get you another one. Don't turn around.
Jessica keeps running but is crying.
She's flailing her hands.
Yeah, I was about to say she's doing that flailing run with the hands. Oh, that's so great. Okay. And just here Mardox looks at you as the ground is slowly rotating down. He looks at you and sees Kim or Jessica fucking rush off into into safety. And he looks back at you and goes, "I think we should run."
I think you're right. I'm gonna start bolting.
He starts running after you. So you are next. You're gonna make an athletics check as well. And for you, it is going to be 2 yellows versus a purple, a red, and that's it.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. What do I have to do? I was answering something. What do I have to do? Which
2
colors?
yellows and a purple and a red.
2 yellows, a purple, and a red. Can I use my blue on myself?
I would say so. You just gotta let it sit there for a second.
Sweet. 1 success, 2 threat, and 1 advantage.
So that makes it 1 success and 1 threat, because advantages they all cancel each other out.
Okay.
So yeah, you with the success and a threat, you're hauling ass, and in the same circumstance, you're just sprinting and sprinting and sprinting, and you get caught by one of the rolling wheel parts, like one of the little grinding nubbins that's sticking up off of the wheel. It catches you right in the ankle, and instead of like sending you pitching over, it sends you into a little spin, and your managerial issued las pistol flies up and out of your pocket and rolls into the grinder and fucking explodes as
Just
it's
keep
peeled
running.
apart.
I am not looking back at all.
Okay. The Engineer goes, "Oh no, that great Omnissiah has taken another innocent life."
This is why I yell at machines.
And the Engineer is rushing up behind you as fast as he can and manages to do a diving tuck and roll and like a perfect pose as he lands down.
That's impressive.
Phew, that was wild. I do not think I would like to go down there again. Maybe perhaps next time we could use the control panel up there, out of the danger.
And he points above the.
I'm just going to look at Jessica, pick him up.
Jessica grabs him by neck.
What do you mean there was a control panel this entire time?
He's like choking and he can't answer.
Pick him up by the back of his neck.
Jessica shoulders drop a bit, but complies.
You just like grip the back of his head, rotate him, then grip. That's so fucked.
I'm just glaring at him, getting ready to punch him.
He's like, oh, hello again.
So, what were you saying about us being awful people?
Oh, the bit about the awful people was true.
I'm
You
just
started the
going.
machine and tried to kill us all.
I'm just looking at the machine, looking at him, and looking at Jessica. Should we?
Jessica reaches for his arm laser to try and rip it off.
Okay. You could just make like a brawn check. Do 3 greens versus 2 purple. Yeah, it 100% pops out of place.
Gonna hold out my hand for it, if you'd please, Jessica.
Wait a minute, that's mine.
All right, now go
Anymore.
throw him over to his fucking controls. Let's go. If you break a part of his body, I don't care. Hint, break a part of his body. Where are the little explosives on this?
After
They're-
Jessica hands over the laser gun,
I'm gonna take it and check it. Ooh, this one's nice.
she grabs him by the wrist and starts to swing him and launch him
Fucking
as far
giant
as she
swing
can.
him.
Yes.
Like a fucking 8-year-old. You grab his hand and his foot and you're like spinning him.
Yes.
As you're spinning him, he's going, wee.
Jesus, fucking tech priests are all stupid.
Where are you throwing him?
That's
Towards the
machine.
control panel.
I do want to make it clear. He pointed like above on the other side of the pit. If you're throwing
If
him
he
towards the
doesn't make
control
it, fuck
panel,
him.
Yep.
You're throwing him over the pit.
He called us awful
Yep.
people after we helped him. Everything that happens to him is his fault.
Okay. So, what, are you actually trying to make it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Jessica is not completely cruel. Jessica uses all of her might.
You're gonna get him stuck in a wall.
So roll me, 2 greens and, I'm sorry, 2 yellows and a green and against 2 purple. Or you know what? No. We're gonna make it 2
Oh,
yellows
no,
and a
no,
green
no, no.
versus
I'm
2
giving
red.
her a blue. I'm giving her a blue.
Damn.
You wanted him to die, you bastard.
A little bit. So you absolutely toss him over that, and he goes, "Oh."
Just
And he lands in a heap, like on the other side. And as you're leaving up that 6,000 step staircase again, you hear very faintly in the distance, "See you next week."
fucker. Just yell, God damn it. You better be there for cards, I yell back. The real reason we're awful people is we keep beating him at cards and stealing all of his money.
Jessica frowns, looking at her heels. It still has an eyeball on it.
I'm gonna look at you. You did a wonderful job.
Ruined my heels.
It's okay, I'll get you a new pair.
Jessica smiles.
Just giant orc teeth and a grin. It looks more like she's baring her teeth to eat you.
I'm used to it by now. I'm not afraid of her.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh, how we transport meat?
Well, that's about when Manager Sachi, you get a little ping on your comm bead.
All right, I'm gonna check it.
Yeah, you press the ear and you hear the voice of the halfling come over the line.
Hey, boss.
Hey there. What's up? I heard you've been doing a good job.
Oh, yeah, we found some, well, I'm not gonna say Juno pulled up a sewage truck, but, we've made do. We've made do. But, so I wanted to talk to you real quick. It seems like we got the substrate, the lines unclogged. The servitors all happy and making meat again. You want us,
Wonderful.
we should start making more of the emperor ribs?
Oh, yes, please. Wonderful. And by the way, tell all your boys they're all hired. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
Oh, boss, I really appreciate it.
No problem. We'll be there
You
in
hear-
about a day.
All right, happy travels. Hope you don't die.
Shouldn't, but thank you.
It's like a normal farewell. Thanks for seeing us. Hope you don't die. So yeah, you turn off the comm bead, safe in the knowledge that the meat has returned to your shop, and it is currently being strangely handled by a large cadre of shisty and wheeling and dealing Jews.
Ratlings?
Jesus Christ, sis! It's 2024. You can't
Fuck
call them
off,
that.
you! Don't make me tell everyone the story.
Oh my God! So, yeah, you managed to get back to the actual to the turbo lift again. You see the same one, the same weird sort of baby skin creature on the outside of the turbo lift. Press the down button for you.
Thank you.
And after a few hours of waiting, the turbo lift comes up and opens, and an old man like hobbles out. He's like, I've been in this elevator for 37 years.
Oh shit, did we pick the wrong elevator?
Wait a minute, this isn't my floor. And it's like right as the doors close.
Just kind of look more annoyed. God damn it.
As the doors close on you, you see that same mildly disinterested servitor face look over the both of you. And he gives you a calm greeting through the little tinny Vox grill. Welcome back, friends.
Thank you. So, what is with the old man?
He pressed the wrong button.
Sucks for him. Can we go down to our floor, please?
Absolutely. I
Thank you.
noticed like 15 years ago we were passing the one he wanted to, but I didn't say anything because the company was nice.
Oh, I figured. I really
Make
should
sure
just
you
let the
press the
servo
right
skull.
button.
I make sure I do it. I really should let the servo skulls visit you more often.
So the elevator starts taking off, and you very distantly hear the sound of the hammering old man fist fading into the distance.
Jessica confused.
Don't worry about it. Sometimes the lift likes to be a little bit of a dick to people. He probably did something he shouldn't have to it.
But we were just on lift.
We were. Sometimes you just don't question things. Ah! Suddenly back at our burger place. Like the outside literally just says burger. Fucking burger joint that opens at 10 a.m. bullshit.
Jeez. So You have made an excellent point, Jessica. It is weird that that man was on that elevator for 37 years. Normally in 40K, we would call that warp fuckery. And nothing is more
great.
warp fuckery evident than the point where your elevator, instead of taking an entire day to travel, only takes about 15 minutes to get you to the
I'm
bottom
just gonna
level.
kind of look around and go, can I sense anything?
No, there's nothing untoward. You just arrived at your floor.
Huh. Did we get here faster than we left?
Jessica doesn't answer. Jessica looks at empty hand and gives a soft whimper.
Gonna pat her. Come on, let's go get you your mop. That'll make you feel better.
She's got one size 15 pump still on.
I'll go order you another one. Do you want it in pink or red?
Pink.
Alrighty.
So as you head back into the Space Donald's to complete your mission and your final shift as manager, a courier comes running up to you and hands you a letter that orders you to aboard a shuttle heading towards the Von Valencius flagship.
Huh. Jessica? I'm going to
Yes.
go on a bit of a trip. You're in charge of the new recruits while I'm gone.
Jessica got it.
I'm gonna hand her, like, the company credit card. Go order yourself as many shoes as you fucking want. I don't care. It's not my problem anymore.
Jessica nods vigorously.
And that is where we'll end our session for today. I apologize at the slapshod and lackluster appearance of everything, but this was quite literally last minute.
It was pretty good, though.
That was fun.